What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to some normal stuff, I guess. Not that I took much of a break since I was at Grid Life, but I didn't post for a few days, almost a week, and then I just posted a Grid Life video. So now we're back. We are doing normal stuff, I guess, for me. We do have a car to work on at least, so that's good. I had a car to work on yesterday. It was a EM2. Just did some exhaust stuff on it, nothing crazy. And this car isn't going to be much different, so this is a pretty easy job, but I did want to film it nonetheless just because this is kind of a cool car. So what I got behind me here is a genuine EM1. So it's a pretty neat little car. This belongs to a buddy of mine. Interior is pretty much all there. A little beat up, you know, but nothing too crazy. He's finishing putting it back together right now. He was doing a bunch of stuff to it. Fenders are off because he just did a wire tuck, and then he brought it to me for a little bit of exhaust work. But yeah, the cool thing about this guy though is check out this freaking engine bay. So yeah, this is a B18C genuine JDM Type R motor, full swap I believe, but it's just really nice attention to detail. He's got the Skunk 2, I want to say the Ultra intake manifold, Skunk 2 throttle body I believe, and then just a little cold air intake with the short or the velocity stack type doohickey. Just a little bit of nice attention to detail. He's got like the purple accents on like the cam cap, the plug cover, the AC bracket, the alternator bracket, the purple coilovers, the pinkish purple injector hats, and then some blue with like the filter, the hoses. You get it. Just a really nice, simple, clean, all motor daily for him. So he's, like I said, finishing it up. So he does have AC lines and everything. That's what he's putting in next once he gets this thing back from me later today. And yeah, pretty stoked. I'm not a huge fan of EKs, but I can respect them. And before anyone leaves a comment about making bumper bars on this car, this isn't the one to do it on. It's got a front end accident. It is salvage title on the front end of the Core Sport. It has been rewelded. This isn't even an aftermarket one. This is just like the same one that the last owner, he said, had kind of made fit again. He said the bumper and everything lines up fine, but that's not my concern. My concern is the core support and like the frame rails and stuff lining up good. So, but yeah, basically all we got to do, I'm not going to really show it under the car because there's not much room. He got a nice header on there, as you just saw, and he has a Yanaka exhaust on here. And like a cat section, and that cat section I have to rebuild because it doesn't fit. It's too long. But the issue right now at hand that I found last night when I got the car up in the air is that flanges are wrong. So I have a V-band right here that I'm gonna go ahead and weld onto the end of the header, chop the flange off that is on there, put the V-band on, and then just rebuild that last little cat section and make it nice and simple. So I'm gonna pull this header off, get to work, and we'll go about our day. And a quick update on the DA is roll bar obviously done, as you guys saw in the last couple of videos. I am waiting on Brian at Hasport to cut my taco gusset for the rear X area back there. So once that's cut, then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shoot the hatch with like some single stage frost white to make it look nice, keep it simple, keep it clean, and then we're gonna paint the cage with just like some Rust-Oleum brush on stuff because I do plan on modifying it later as I change the car setup, so I don't want to do some fancy paint or anything on it. But yeah, so once taco gusset on, paint hatch, brush on roll bar, modify the pedal, and then place the wiring in it and reassemble, and that should be it. And don't worry, I'm getting that powder coated. That thing's ugly. And also, huge thank you to you guys for helping me out before that trip. I did that flash sale, my first ever sale since I've been doing SD Fab, and it went really well. I sold 10 Del Sol roof braces, a bumper bar, and a DA harness bar. I was amazed. I expected to make 1 or 2 sales, not 12, because it's crazy. That means the world to me. So, but you guys do know that I do have the Big Cartel in the description on these videos, and if you want to go help support, that is the best way to do it. That's where I got all my metal products, my merch, and everything. And you know, I don't have to have a sale going on for you guys to support me, but just saying. But anyways, thank you guys very, very much. Because of that, I was able to pay for my trip stress-free. And it's just nice. And actually, I gotta finish shipping out all the boxes right now. the header all bolted back up, V-band flange is welded on. So now this is what I was talking about. Like, it's literally just a housing of a cat. You can see straight through. There's no honeycomb in there. But just because I feel like this may be crucial, not crucial, but like maybe a good part of the sound of the car, I think I'm gonna try and reuse just the hollowed out cat section of that, and it's already got the O2 bung in there for him. So basically I just gotta chop this section off and then weld on some new pipe anywhere basically up here, and hopefully it'll fit. So this is what I was able to come up with to go from the second V-band up to the cat. Let me see if I can show you really quick. So there you go. I'd say that is an absolutely perfect fit. I'm gonna go ahead and weld this up off camera really quick because I don't even know if I have enough argon to weld it. And then these outside ones I'm probably just gonna MIG, and we'll wrap this thing up. Okay, just finished getting this thing welded up. I'm about to drop the car on the ground now, and then I can send this thing back to its owner. So I'm sitting here in the Integra trying to figure out what I can do in the meantime, because literally the only thing holding me up right now is waiting on the taco gusset to get cut that has my YouTube logo in it. So until then, I'm trying to find something to do. So I still plan on trying to do that DIY cable to hydro conversion, but I'm going to make that its own video so that way I can do it more instructional based, so that way it can be something that people can come back to. So I don't want to just throw bits and pieces of it into this video. But in the meantime, I'm just looking, and there's nothing I can really do because all that's left is gussets, paint the hatch, brush paint the roll bar because I'm going to use like some Pour 15 or something for a while, and then reassemble, like, I'm sorry, not reassemble yet, put the wiring in and then make sure it's good where it is, and then loom it and then reassemble. And reassemble won't take very long at all. So there's like minimal work left. So in the meantime, I'm just sitting here like, what can I tinker with? Because I'm going stir crazy today because I have no work scheduled right now. I have no online sales other than some merch orders, which you guys should go scoop some merch from the big cartel. And so at the moment, I'm kind of just like, I want to drive the Integra. I want to get this thing done, but just waiting on other people sucks, man. This is why I hate doing this type of stuff. But anyway, I don't really know. I'll figure something out. I think I finally figured out something that I can try and do for the rest of this video. So I do have a couple little small bolt holes from when I had the bolt-in roll bar in here on my wheel wells and stuff. So I need to try and fill those, and then I also need to make a new battery box because mine that is in here is just one of those Walmart marine battery boxes. It's a couple years old, it's hot in Arizona, and the plastic is just morphed and melted. And it's too big for my battery anyway, so I may as well just make one that looks a lot better. But I need to see if I have any aluminum and or copper so I can more easily fill those holes. And if you're wondering why I said copper, that's because steel wire does not stick to copper when you're welding, so it acts as a good backer for when you're doing like engine bay shavings or say filling up an old bolt hole or something like that you have to repair. You use like a copper block, and it also acts as a heat sink, so it helps pull some of the heat off of the workpiece. But I don't know if I actually have any copper. I don't know, I might be able to use something like this, just this little fitting or whatever, just hold to the backside and you just shoot your weld. Probably get pretty darn hot, but grab a pair of pliers. But let's start with that. I don't know if I need aluminum to make the battery box. I might just do it out of steel and then just like coat it or paint it or something. Kind of just want to do it out of steel because I want to put a little badge on it. But the aluminum one would be a little bit lighter, but it's not that the steel would be that heavy because I have some spare steel here. I have a couple sheets of it that looks to be probably like 14 gauge. So I think I might just use some steel this time around. I can always make another one later on. It's not like they're hard to make, but yeah, you know what? Let's use some steel for now. So the way I'm actually going to do this is pretty simple. I'm just going to trace the bottom edge of the battery. I'm probably going to go say 2 inches on each side. That'll give me a little bit of leeway. Because I'm currently just using like a strap with the factory battery tray inside of that box, and it's bolted or screwed down to my trunk. So for this one, I'm gonna use like the actual rods with the battery tie down because it just looks a little bit better, and so that way when I go to the track and stuff, it'll be easier and mostly look better. So just make it a couple inches wider than the battery. That way I have some room for the straps or the arms or whatever. got it all welded up. That took quite a while. That's a lot of weld, especially for the TIG. But all that's left is the lid, so I got to run to Home Depot really quick and get a hinge. And then I have to run to the parts store really quick and just get one of those universal battery tie-down kits. So I just got back from the store, so we got our universal battery tie-down kit here. And then this is kind of like the locking flange. I just went to Home Depot for that, for the lid itself. And then, locking flange for the lid, and then the hinges for the lid. And then this is gonna be my lock for now. I didn't want something that was gonna rattle a lot, so I'm just gonna probably put a little bit of tape or something around this. But yeah, so this is all stainless stuff, except for this is zinc coated, so I have to grind some of the zinc coat off. But yeah, I can just basically just weld these hinges on really fast, and then all I have to do to get this to work is I'll probably have to trim down the height. Yeah, I'll have to trim down the height of the legs, or of these bolts a little bit. But otherwise I just gotta add a little hook inside the bottom of the box for these to actually hook onto. So that'll be pretty easy. And then we can finish this thing up. So I'm using for the top of the battery tie down, I got some steel rod, and I'm just using the ends of these that already have some holes in them because I'm too lazy to drill some holes right now. Yeah, so I just weld it up just like that on both ends, and then that'll work just fine. And bam, just like that, we got ourselves a locking battery box. There we go. All set. I am gonna end up painting, or probably, yeah, I'll probably paint it. I don't want to waste money on powder coat for something like this. But yeah, totally bolted down, and looks pretty sweet. So all that's left is I'm gonna put my little tag here, and yeah, and then I'll add some rubber hose along the edges just so it doesn't like rattle and stuff, but it's done. And on that note, guys, I'm gonna end this video off here. I am getting torn up by mosquitoes because it is very, very humid today. When I went and skated this morning, it was like 75% humidity here in Arizona. That's wild. But yeah, battery box is done. That Civic went home already, obviously. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to let me know in the comments down below. If you do want to help support the channel, if you want to support me at all, please go visit the Big Cartel, pick up any metal products you may find interesting, go buy some merch, some stickers, some shirts, whatever. Anyways, guys, do what you love. Forget about the rest, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.